G'day guys, welcome back. I'm behind the camera just for a minute to show you this. Now I put this little pendant up on my Facebook page yesterday, and so many of you wanted to know how I did it, so I thought I'd best show you, hadn't I? So that's it there. That's the back. You can see the bezel, this particular bezel's got this sort of pattern on the back and the front as well. So you can see that through there. Now I'm not sure exactly if I like that, being able to see that, but I think it adds just a little extra dimension to it, doesn't it? I can't really pick it up all that well in this light, but you can see there it's got like a color changing effect. It's green that way, it's blue that way, and it's kind of gold in another way, but I can't pick it up at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to pop you back up on the table in a minute and show you how I did it. I just had a bit of a play yesterday. I did this one as well. I put some sand down first. Wasn't that happy with how it turned out, because see the bezel trays also aren't very deep, so you have to be careful what you can put in there. Like you can't put too much in there, otherwise there's no room for a top coat. But that's been domed. Those of you that don't know what doming is, see how that's rounded on the edges? The resin's just sort of clung to the edges there. So that's the one with the sand in it. And I did another one. I was just starting. I painted this one. Again, you can see the texture there. I just put some nail polish in the bottom of that one. And we're going to work on this one today and a few others. So I've actually got a packet of bezels. These ones are the 4 centimetre or 40 millimetre. But you can get lots of different sizes. You can get ovals, you can get squares, you can get hearts, whatever size you want. But I'm actually making a mould at the moment that'll fit these, so that's why I got the 40s. But anyway, enough of that. I've got so much to show you today. Maybe I'll just show you a little bit more before I put you up on the tripod. But yeah, I've got so much to talk to you about today. So what are these? People have been saying to me, is it Fimo? Is it clay? Like, did you do UV resin? No, none of those things. I used these. Now, you would have seen previously when I used my lacing mold. Actually, I'll go and get that in a minute. So if you get one of my lacing molds, you can either put this into a coaster and make, you know, an ocean theme. So it looks like Seafoam. That's a black one. There's a gold one. You can do whatever colour you want. I just have them handy, and then if I've got any leftover resin at the end of a project, I just pour it into my mold, because you know you don't want to waste your resin. And then you've got all these. You can do different things with them. So that's one where I've cut out. I've cut that one out. But anyway, I'll show you how I did that in a minute. I'm just going to go and get my mould and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so that's my mould. It's not very thick. These are the ones I sell. They are in my eBay store. So it just looks like bubbles, seafoam, lacing, whatever you want to call it. So you just pour your resin into that. And then when you peel it out, you've got this. And like I said, you can use it like that, or you can cut it up into any shape you want. So that's what we'll be playing with today. So I'll be back in a sec. Okay, maybe I'll zoom you in a bit more. It's probably a little bit better. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. All right, so let me just climb down the ladder, go back around here. So yeah, I've shown you those. This one I'm going to pop in here. See, when I did these two, I tinted my resin just ever so slightly, so it was like a very pale blue color. So that was those ones. But I wanted to see what it would look like with a blue background. So that's why I'm gonna, well, all my paints packed, and I didn't want to put resin in there because it takes up too much space. This is already quite thick. When you're pouring these, you can make them thinner, but I just did it up to the top. But if you were doing something like this, you may want to pour it thinner, like not all the way up. So that will go in there. I just need to trim that a little bit. Now, I've got this. This is, look at that. How pretty is that? I don't know if you can pick up that. So there's that. It's just a vinyl. Look at this one, rainbow. There's so many things you could do with this. See, this one you might want to do, where's my other little thing? Oh, here. If you get, now this is a cabochon glass. You can get these in different sizes. This one, I think, must be like a, I don't know, it's a bit smaller than this. It doesn't fit in there quite. Must be maybe a 35 or something like that. But it's really good because when I put that on, if you decide what color you want, maybe you want like this half yellow and half red, or maybe you want, let's do this one. Let's just do one, hey? I think I'll go with these, half of the dark blue, half of the light blue. So what I do is I get my marker, put it right up here, and I'm going to mark that. Now see how the marker leaves like there's a couple of millimeters gap between the edge of the bezel and where I've marked, so that automatically is bigger now than that, so I like doing that. And then let's cut it out. I'm just going to cut just around. Now again, this is just, it's not really holographic, it's like little tiny dots, but it's just a vinyl. But I think this will look nice. The other one would look really nice as well. Oh, maybe that one, this one, the yellow and the red, maybe if you use the black against it, that would look nice. Hey, yes. But this one I'm just going to do blue. So I'll cut this out. Now when you cut it out, you are going to have to make sure that you cut just on the inside of that black line, because you don't want to see the black line obviously in your piece of jewelry. So just cutting on the inside of that black line. We could have used some smaller scissors, couldn't I? Hopefully it's the right size. Always best to go a little bit bigger, hey? Because you can always trim it down again. You can't put it back if you've gone too small. Hopefully this will fit. Let's go all the way around. There we go. Look at that. How pretty is that? So depending on what size you're doing, you may want to pick the dark colour or the light colour, or both. I wonder if it'll fit. Let's get another one out. Oh, it's a tiny bit small. It's a tiny bit small. Look at that. How pretty is that, hey? Oh wow, I don't know if I want to use that one now. Actually, maybe I can use it and put like that in there. That works. I think that'll be nicer than actually. See, I can't decide if I like seeing this design or whether I want to cover it up with something like that. I think I'll cover it up. And because I've cut this one just a tiny bit small, I'm going to use the blue like that. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. Now this is just a teensy little bit big. I need to take a tiny bit off that end there. Like I said, I always cut it a little bit bigger because you can always trim it back just until it fits nicely. A little bit more at the top here. So just have a little play with it, work out how it's going to fit. Now when I did this, I did my marks on the back. Again, because you don't want to see them in your finished product, so draw it, cut it out, and then turn it over so that you're not seeing any of your black. Push that in. Now also, before you do that, decide where you want your colors, because that's the top. Do you want it that way, with your line down the middle, or do you want it that way? I think I'll do it that way because to me it looks like it's, if I can get it out now, it looks like it's shallow water and deep water, so I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so you don't need to stick it down. When you pour your resin on, it'll stick itself down. Then we do that. I think I need to trim just a tiny bit off. Sorry guys, but look, you know, you can see the whole process. Just trim a little bit off. Make sure it's going to fit. You can actually like push it in and it's like wedged. See that? It's like wedged in there now. So, oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. That's so good. Now the other thing I need to tell you is, can you see how that bit that sticks up there is not level with the back? So when you pour resin in on it like that, it's going to all slope down. So you need to make sure that you've put something on that can overhang. So I need to go and find something. So there's one anyway. I'll move these out of the way because they're done. But there's one. Oh, look at that. That is so pretty. Now, I've got these. Move you out of the way for a sec. So much you can do with these guys. So much. Maybe I'll do the gold one. So these holographic vinyl sheets. Oh, that's what I didn't tell you last time. When I did this one, when I did that one, I used this. It's just, it's a window film, like that. So I just used that, and I put it on the base. But it's really thin, so you can still see the texture through that. So this, look, there's so many, like I said, there's so many different things you could do with it. So this is the holographic vinyl adhesive. So I think that's going to be good, that it's adhesive, because it will stick down. Okay, so look, these are the ones I've used before. There's that one. There's a green. The blue, obviously, I think, this is kind of a bluey colour. I mean, how gorgeous is that going to look with your white on it? So there's that one. There's green. Green, I think, would look nice with the black. Are you still in frame? Let me have a look. I'm not used to having you zoomed in so much. Oh, it's not too bad. So yeah, this is the blue. Depends on which angle you're looking at it. Changes. There's like a greeny, goldy yellow. There's the pinky one. There's like a purpley one. Oh, there's a light blue. See, that would look nice with the black against it, wouldn't it? I think a light color background with the dark would look amazing. So I might do that. What else have we got? This one's kind of reddy, silvery. And we've got more purple, pinkies, yellow. I used these when I did the, where is it? I did these. Do you remember these that I did? My lotus, this lotus mold. Yep, that one's also in my store if you want the lotus mold. But this is what I used on that. And I do have a video on those if you're interested. Reds, purples, and then there's just a clear. So there's that pack there. I just got that from Amazon. So let's get that. I'll get this pale blue one out, eh? I like the look of that one. Move this. So we've got the rainbowish one with the rainbow blue. We've got this one with the black. And then, oh, I need something for the gold. What else can we use? See, when you move that, you're going to get all these different colours. What about that one? Might be too dark. maybe this, see this orangish reddish one would look really nice with the black too, wouldn't it? Maybe we'll do that one. We'll do that one with the black, because red and black always do well together. Is that red as well? No, I like the orangey red better. All right, I'm wasting your time here. I will find something to do with that one. So, I've already got my white cut out for the blue one there. So, what we do is grab our little glass cabochon. Now, you don't have to use a glass cabochon, obviously. You can use a, if you don't have one, you can just use, you know, the outline of a bottle or something, a lid, whatever you've got. But I like to see where I'm placing it, you see. And it looks magnified through there. So, just sort of move it around until you're happy with the space, the area that you want. Now it's going to be very difficult for me to cut. Oh my gosh, how am I going to see it on that? Actually, gold pen. Gold pen. Where's my gold pen? Here. All right, gold pen. So just going to mark around that, like so. There you go. You can see where to cut now. All right, let's cut this. And I'm going to go sort of halfway through the middle of that gold line that I just made, because you saw when I cut that paper, cutting on the inside of my cabochon was a little bit on the small side. So I'm just going to cut half through my lines, halfway, and then I can trim it later if I need to. I'd rather have it too big than too small. Okay, so that's pretty easy. If you by accident maybe drew on the wrong side, just grab some alcohol and you can clean that off. I'm tearing my paper. But yeah, that wipes off really quite easily. Just a bit tricky because I've only got just doing the little tips there, but you can just wipe that off, okay? Or you can just flip it over and use the other side. So either way. Okay, so that's that one done. Oh, I need the paper as well. Okay, now, because this one I wanted to see where the line was, like half light blue, half dark blue. With this one, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to cut on the outside of my line. That way I'll make sure that it's a little bit bigger than the last one was, hey? So let's cut this out. I'm going to cut on the outside of the line this time rather than the inside. But yeah, if you want to see where exactly you're placing it, it's probably a good idea to use something that's a little bit bigger. I don't know why that cabochon's the wrong, not quite the right size. I don't even know what that was. I just found it in my little cupboard of knickknacks. So there you go, look at that. Now, I wonder if we can get that paper off. It should, I think it should be sticky on the other side, which would be good because then it'll self-stick down. It won't be lifting up. It is, it's sticky, look at that. Okay. Oh, I should have made sure it fitted before I took the sticky off. You can get, it's slightly bigger, but it won't matter. When I did this one, the paper kind of went up the side a little bit. And just push it in with your nail like that. all the way around. Look, you can still see the texture on that one. And yeah, like you can, it's not as visible as that one, but you can still see the texture on it, which I don't know, you might like, you might not like, but I think it just adds a little bit more interest. Okay, so that's that one. And then, now I haven't measured this one yet to see if it fits. I'm going to just trim off a tiny bit more and check it again. This little bit here needs trimming. Check it again. This tiny bit here. Check it again. So it's a bit of prep work, but you know, you can sit down at your desk or in front of the TV or wherever and do this. I think that's pushed in now. I'm just going to kind of bend it back the other way. Tiny bit more. You just don't want it like bending, because it won't fit in, because then your resin won't dome. So make sure it sits flush. Look at that. Wow. That one's so pretty. All right, we've got two. Now I'm just going to go and find another colour, and I'll do the same with the gold. I won't waste your time. And I'll mix up my resin, and then I will come back to you. Okie dokes. Righto, I'm back. Now I decided to do the gold. That's where I cut it, so I can still use a lot of this again. Look, see, I can put that there, I can put it there, maybe not at the top, but I can put it there, so I can still use all the way around that. But yeah, I've got lots more, so yeah, you could do whatever colour you wanted to. You could do blues, you know, you could do like alcohol ink, you could do rainbow one, so many things you could do. Anyway, moving on. So this is the one I decided to do for the gold, and it's a bit difficult to focus. Oh my gosh, there's lights everywhere. But look at that. It's got this gorgeous sparkle to it. So yeah, I just cut it out of that corner. Righty-o. Now, you know how I was saying to you, you have to put these on something. I'll just show you real quick if I can. Oh gosh, it's not going to pick up. The camera's not going to pick up anything on that. No, I can see it, but I don't think the camera can pick it up. Maybe a little bit. It keeps going dark. Anyway, you can see it in there. So what I found was, because everything's packed, so my box of tiles packed, but I've got this. See, it's thick. This is what you would put cakes on, and I'm going to just put some foil over it, just because no doubt I will spill some resin, and if I just cover it with foil, then it doesn't matter if I spill resin on it, does it? No. Alright, so you need to have that as your flat surface. Foil only just fits on there. It'll be fine. As long as it's flat. That's the main thing. You need to make sure that your bench is flat. Okay. I forgot to put my little sticks under the board there. And when I said to you, make sure that it's flat and level, it reminded me that I hadn't actually done that. So there we go. Now what we need to do is, once they're in, you've got everything in, you need to hang that little hook thing. I don't know what that's called, but you need to hang it over the edge, okay? If you put it like that, it's going to be, your piece is going to be on an angle, so you need to hang it over. There's the black. Again, I can't pick up the colour properly, but when they dry, I'll take them outside and hopefully we'll be able to see what they look like in the sun. Right, so I've got my resin. I only made up a little bit. I'm using the Platinum 360 Plus because it's going to set up nice and quick. And I want to finish these. I don't want to have to wait like till tomorrow. I did 30 grams of A and 13 grams of B. All right. Are we ready? So, actually, yeah, I'll just pour. Oh, make sure everything's stuck, pushed down, nothing's lifting up, make sure it's all pushed down. So, I mean, this is going to be too much resin anyway, but I thought it's really hard to mix up the tiniest little bit. So just pour a little bit in, and we'll see if that can just sort of spread out. Because it's got the Seafoam mold in there, you're going to have to kind of spread the resin yourself. But let's get that to the edge. And we can talk about doming in this video while they're doing their thing. And actually no, I can't zoom. Let me take my glove off. I can't focus. Let's see if I can focus for you. Here, come on, camera. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Doesn't know what to focus on. See how the edges, I showed you before, see how the edges have sort of smoothed over? That's doming. So you need to use a thick resin. You get a better effect. Otherwise it's all just going to run over the edge. So try and use a thicker resin. The 360 Plus is relatively thick. I haven't really got good light in here. If I put this one on as well, it tends to, it flickers. It's a fluoro, but I feel as if it flickers. All right, let's get back to this. Now I'm going to just, instead of pouring, I'm just going to put a little bit on my stick. So this is just going to take a little while to do. Don't rush this. You don't want to pour a whole lot on and then it all runs over the edge. So I think it's easier, better, just putting a little bit on with the stick and then just wait for it to spread. You can give it a quick torch if you want to, pop the bubbles. That's another good thing about putting the foil down. Don't cover it in cling wrap because you'll melt it. Put your foil down. All right. A little bit more. Now this is where I'm going to start just ever so slightly pushing that little puddle of resin towards the edge, and it should just sit on the edge, cling to the edge without rolling over. So just do it slowly, take your time. There's no rush, no prizes for coming first. Just take your time. Spread it out all the way around. Doesn't matter if the resin sits on the metal, on the bezel. This is a bezel tray. If you're searching for them, they're called bezel trays. B-E-Z-E-L, bezel. Or if you're in the States, you might call it a Z. I call it a Z. Okay, so that one's done for now. I may add more to it. I wish I had better light. I wish I had better light. See, I can turn my brightness up, but it won't stay for some reason. I can turn it up on the video, but then it just goes. Are you going to go? Mm. Alright, so same thing with the next one. Just going to push it towards the edge with your stick, making sure you're not pushing too hard. You don't want to dislodge what you've got in your bezel. It'd be terrible at this stage if you moved your little seafoam piece, wouldn't it? Just push it to the edge. So at this stage I don't put too much on. I make sure it's all gone to the edges, and then I'll have a look afterwards, and then if I can see some of the white or the gold or whatever poking through, then I'll just add a little bit more. But for now I'm just getting it all to the edges. This one's pretty much done it on its own. I left it sitting there and it pretty much went to the edges on its own. Which is your favourite? Have you got a favourite so far? I always like the ocean theme. This is my favourite. I don't know, I just do. My house is blues and navy and white and grey, so I just like those colours. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to give it a quick little torch, and then I'm going to add just a little bit more just in the middle of each one, and that resin can then spread out as it wants to, like so. Now I'm going to get you down and we're going to have a look across the top to see where we need more. I can already see that that one needs more, but we'll have a little look and I'll show you what they look like across the top. Oops, don't go over. So you gotta be careful you don't go over. But yeah, if you're using a nice thick resin, it should just cling to the sides and you shouldn't have any issues with it. Alright, I'm gonna take you down now. Which I can see another little bit there. Just don't put too much on. Let the resin make its way to the edges before you go putting too much on, because it just takes a little while for it to spread out. See a little bit there. Okay, now we'll go and have a little look. Oops, it's gone dark again. Maybe if I hold it there. I'll do it quick. No, alright. I will lighten my video. I think that's probably the best thing. I'll just lighten my video at the end. Now, this is where you can have a look and see if there's any little bits of your seafoam sticking out. There's a little bit just there, that bit there. See, that's making like a little, I don't know, it's making like a little divot. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more. See if we can get rid of that little divot. See, it's gone now. So always look across the top. And I think that's it. I don't want to put too much on because then I'll have the problem of it all running down the side. So give it a torch. Come back and check it again in a few minutes. See if there's any little bald spots or there's any little bits that are poking through the surface. See if we can come around this way. Move that tripod. Just here. A little bit just there that I need to fix up. A tiny bit of resin on my stick. Okay, that's got that one. So, did you see it? Hopefully you saw it. A little bit sticking through. Let's move on to the next one. Any little bits poking through. Now you can see the colour actually. I probably should have the light behind me, shouldn't I? Like that. If I have the light behind me, we can see better. I've got the light on the side. Okay, I think that one's okay. And then this one. Look at the color. Look at the colors, you guys. Look at the change. Wow. All right, no, we're not looking at that. We're looking at the doming at the surface. I think they're okay. I think they are. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to give them a quick torch, and they should be ready in about 6 hours. We'll be able to handle them. So, oh, this is so exciting. I'll see you soon. We'll have a proper look at them when they're dry. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a few hours later on in the evening now, same day, and these guys are ready, and I'm so happy with them. Now, I know I didn't show you this one, you know, how I made it, but I told you about it. So I've included it here. I've just put a faux leather necklace on that one, and this one's got the little silver ball chain, and that one I've just put the little hook on so that you could use it as a keyring, just to give you some ideas on what you could do with these. All right, let's have a look at them, shall we? Do a close-up. Here we go. Look at this one. Look at it shine. Now I'm hoping I can pick up some different colors. So there's a yellow that way, and then we've got the orange that way. Look at that. That is so bright. It almost hurts your eyes. And then back to the yellow. I think that's all it does. I think it just goes yellow and orange. And of course we've got that gorgeous black of the Seafoam there. I don't know if I can zoom in properly because it's looking at what's at the back, so no, I try. Right, so that's that one. Looks really pretty, love it. And I put the black on because it's got the black Seafoam. Okay, now this one was my favorite. Let's have a look at this one. Now it is night time in here, so I've got artificial lights on. But look at that. So it has got, I don't know if you can make it out, but this one had the lighter blue and the darker blue. Half. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but look at it sparkle. Now this one, I know I didn't show you how I made it, but I just used that holographic, was it holographic? I don't know. It was a window film, and this was the one that had the blue tinted resin. The others were all clear resin. So that's that one. Really pretty as well. And then this one, that was the black vinyl, self-adhesive vinyl, with the rainbow little pieces in it. I don't know if I can pick it up really well for you. It's a bit difficult to see. You can kind of see in there. Probably should have done it in the morning with some natural light coming in, but you can see that, get the general idea. I'm going to turn my brightness up a little bit there for you just for a minute. So that's that one. And that would make a really lovely keychain, wouldn't it? Your car keys. It's really pretty. I wish I could show it to you better than that, but it's really tricky to show these things on camera. They never look as good in camera as they do in real life. It's a shame. All right, so that's them. Let me know which one you prefer. What's your favorite? And let me know if you want to see any more of these. I could do some more. They're a lot of fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And take care. Love you all. See you all for the next video. Okay, bye for now.